Hello dear student, how are you? I hope all of you are happy and healthy. Dear student, as you can see, we are studying the first chapter of your English literature, The Boy Who Broke the Bank. In the previous video, we have learnt till paragraph 15 and today we have to continue from paragraph 16. So student, without wasting our time, let's see from paragraph 16. So dear, as we know that Mrs. Prakash tells Mrs. Bhusad about the collapse of Seth Govindram Bank. She tells Mrs. Bhusad that the bank is going to be bankrupt, okay, and the bank does not have enough money to pay its employee. And after that, Mrs. Bhushan met Mr. Jugal Kishore, who was a owner of a shop, electric shop. Okay, she tells him that the bank of Seth Govindram is going to bankrupt. So, when Mr. Jugal Kishore heard about the collapse of the bank, he puzzled, he became shocked, and after that, Mrs. Bhushan asked him whether he has an account in the bank or not. Okay, then we have to continue from paragraph 16. Let's see, continue. No, but my neighbors has, he said. Mr. Jugal Kishore said that he does not has any account in the bank, but his neighbors has. Okay, and he called out to the keeper of the barber shop next door. After that, Mr. Jugal Kishore he called out to the barber, okay, who was running a shop, okay, and his name was Faz Hussain. Then he informed Mr. Faz Hussain, who was a barber by profession, and Mr. Jugal Kishore informed Faz Hussain that the bank of Seth Govindram has bankrupt. Okay, have you heard the latest? Seth Govindram's bank is about to collapse. So I have told you already. Mr. Jugal Kishore informed Faz Hussain and he asked him whether he has heard the latest news of the collapse of the bank of Seth Govindram or not. Okay, you had better take your money out while there is still time. And Mr. Jugal Kishore also advised him that he had better take his money out, okay, while there is still some money. Where is the time? Okay. Now see paragraph 17. Faz Hussain, who was cutting the hair of an elderly gentleman, was so startled that his hand shook and he nicked his customer's right ear. Okay, students. When Mr. Jugal Kishore informed Mr. Faz Hussain about the collapse of Seth Govindram Bank, then Faz Hussain, who was cutting the hair of an elderly gentleman of his village, he got surprised, startled. What is the meaning of startled? So dear, startled means puzzled, to be surprised. Okay, so Faz Hussain, who was cutting the hair of an elderly gentleman, he got surprised when he heard the news of collapse, and his hand shook and he nicked. What is the meaning of nick? N-I-C-K-E-D, nick. So nick means he was cutting the hair, okay, and when he was cutting the hair, he made a small cut on the right ear of the gentleman, okay, by accident. Is it clear? Because he heard the news and he got puzzled, he got shocked, and when he got shocked, okay, he made a small cut on the right ear of the gentleman, of the customer. Okay, the customer yelped with pain and distress. What is the meaning of yelp? Yelp is cry. Okay, and the customer, okay, yelped with pain and distress. Okay, because there was two reasons. The first one, he heard the news of collapse of the bank. And the second one, Mr. Faz Hussain made a small cut on the right ear. Okay, so the customer Alf, he cried with pain and stress, okay, because of the cut and because of the awful news of she had heard. Okay, now see further. With one side of his neck still unshorn, he leaped out of his chair and sped across the road to a general store where there was a telephone. So, when the customer heard the news of the collapse of the bank, okay, all of a sudden he left his chair. Okay, all of a sudden he left his chair. Okay, and student, his one side of neck still unshorn, was not clean, because he was he was taking he had gone to get cut his hair, but due to the bad news he could not finish the hair cutting. Okay, and he left his chair all of a sudden, and he moved across the road to a general store where there was a telephone. Is that clear? He dialed Seth Govindram. He dialed Seth Govindram's number, and the customer who was getting cut his hair, he dialed the number of Seth Govindram. After that, Seth was not at home. When he dialed the number of Seth Govindram, he got replied that the Seth was not at home. Where was he then? Then the customer asked, where was he? The Seth was holidaying in Kashmir. Then he got answer that Seth Govindram was enjoying his holiday in Kashmir. Oh, was that so? The elderly gentleman did not believe it. And the man who called Seth Govindram, when he got the answer about the Seth Govindram, he got surprised and he didn't believe that happened. Okay. Now see paragraph 18. He hurried back to the barber shop and told Faz Hussain, the word has flown. Seth Govindram has left town. Okay. Then the customer came back in a hurry to the barber shop, Faz Hussain, and he told Faz Hussain that the word has flown. It means to say Seth Govindram has left the town. Okay, he has run away. Definitely it means a collapse, and he tells that it means 110% the bank has got collapse. I will have the rest of my haircut another time. Okay, and then she dashed out of the shop, making a beeline for his office and checkbook. The customer who was getting cut his hair, he asked Mr. Faz Hussain that he will have the rest of his haircut some other days. Okay, and at the present time he ran out of the shop. Okay, making a beeline. What is the meaning of making a beeline? So dear student, making a beeline means he went away quickly and directly to his office because he wanted to draw out the money from the bank as soon as possible. So that is why the customer who was getting cut his hair, he left the shop and he went to the office. Okay, because he wanted to withdraw his money from the bank as soon as possible. Now see further paragraph 19. The news spread through the bazaar with the rapidity of a forest fire. The news of collapse of the Seth Govindram bank, okay, spread like a forest fire, okay, whole village, in the whole village. From the general store, it traveled to the tea shop. First of all, the news of collapse of the bank, okay, spread from the general store to the tea shop, then circulated, then it spread amongst the customers and then spread with them in various directions to the pan seller, and after that the news reached to the pan seller, the tailor, the fruit vendor, the jeweler, and the beggar sitting on the pavement. So in this way the news of collapse of the bank spread from one person to another person, and gradually the news of collapse of the bank spread through the whole village, whole town. Each and every person aware of the news of collapse of the bank, said Govind Ram. Okay. Now see paragraph 20. Men stood in groups at street corners discussing the situation, and the men who were standing in groups at the street corners, they were discussing about the situation, why this happens so. Okay, they passes comment to each other. Okay, they guesses. The small town in the foothills seldom had a crisis and never had floods, earthquake, or drought. The narrator tells us that the small town, which was situated in foothills, there was rarely a crisis, and there was never had floods, earthquake, or drought. There was no problem in the village, and so the imminent crash of the local bank set everyone talking and speculating and rushing about in a frenzy. What is the meaning of imminent? So this one, imminent means an unpleasant event. Okay, so the an unpleasant event like the crash of bank set everyone talking and speculating and rushing about in a frenzy. What is the meaning of frenzy? Frenzy means a state of great anxiety. So in great anxiety, in great worried, all the person of the town discussing the current situation of the bank, they set fire and they talk what must have gone with the bank. Okay. Now see paragraph 21st. Some boasted of their foresightedness, congratulating themselves on having already taken out their money or on never having put any in. So there was a lots of person, and every man has his own opinion about the problem, about the situation. Some of the person boasted of their foresightedness. It means to say some of them boasted that they already had an idea that one day the bank will collapse. Okay, some of them boasted of their prediction. Okay, and some of them congratulating themselves on having already taken out their money, and some of them discussing, they congratulated themselves, they thought themselves very lucky that they had already taken out their money from the bank, or some of them congratulating themselves on never having any account or putting any money in the bank. Okay, others speculated on the reason for the crash, and some of them tried to predict what is the reason for the crash. Okay, the Seth had fled the state, said one, and one of the villagers said that Seth Govind Ram had fled from the state. He left the state. Okay, he had left the country, said another. Meanwhile, another person told that Seth Govind Ram had left the country. Okay, others insisted that he was hiding somewhere in town, and some of the person were talking that Seth Govind Ram was hiding somewhere in the town. Okay, now see paragraph 22. Someone who had a relative working as a clerk in the bank decided to call him and get the fact. So, among the villagers, there was a person who had a relative who was working in the bank as a clerk. Okay, so he decided to call his relative and get the reality. So, overall, he called him. I don't know anything about it, said the clerk. When the person called his relative who was working as the clerk in the bank, then the clerk replied that he does not know anything about it. He does not know anything about the collapse of the bank, okay? Except that half the town is here. And he also tells the villager, the clerk tells the villagers that half of the town is a gathering at the bank, sorry, and trying to take their money out. And he tells him that half of the town is situated, is gathering at the bank, and they all want their money. Everyone seems to have gone mad, and he tells that everyone seems to have gone mad, okay? Everyone is on fire and everyone demanding their money, okay? So now see paragraph 23rd. There's a rumor that none of you has been paid. Then the villager again asked the relative who was working as a clerk in the bank that there was a rumor that none of the employees of the bank has been paid. Okay? Well, the clerks have had their salaries. The clerk replied, this is not so, and the clerks have got their salaries. We would not be working otherwise. And he also tells him, if he had not got his salary, then he would have not working there. It may be that some of the part-time workers are getting paid late, and he also informed that some of the part-time workers, okay, are getting their salary late, but that is not due to the shortage of money, okay. It is just that the clerk who looks after their payments is on sick leave, okay. Then the clerk tells the villager that some of the part-timer had not got their salary, and this is not because of the shortage of money, but due to the clerk who looks after their payment, okay, is on sick leave, okay. You don't expect me to do his work, you do you? And he put the telephone down, and after that the clerk informed the villager that without getting his salary, he does not expect any work, and at last he put down the telephone. Okay, students? So I hope you have got these all points very well. If you have any doubt, any problem, you can message me, you can call me.